got a home opener happening against the Astros. So Houston and Seattle tonight. The Astros $1.15 favorite, and the Astros are going to send Odorizzi to the hill tonight against Marco Gonzalez. Over under on this one 8.5. So I'll say this, as you guys know, big Astros guy here, of course, because my friend Dusty Baker and everything. But Odorizzi is not my favorite pitcher. He's probably my least favorite pitcher on this entire roster. Definitely my least favorite starter here. But I'm willing to back him tonight for a couple reasons. First of all, this is more of a play against Marco Gonzalez. Gonzalez got lit up like a Christmas tree for 5 first-inning runs on Sunday when they played at Minnesota. Buxton led off with a homer. Then he loads the bases. Boom, grand slam, just like that. They get him out of there after 2 innings. And so this is more of a play against Gonzalez. The Astros lineup have seen Gonzalez a lot over the last 3 seasons as well, too. So they're very familiar with him here. I think this is a great price for this. And here's another thing I'm going to factor into the handicapping here, too. The Astros have had 2 off days this week. They've been on the road, haven't had a home game yet. They had an off day Monday, had an off day Thursday. Astros are very good at series openers as well, too. So even though I'm not crazy about Odorizzi, if it was anybody else, I would probably be hammering this game, but still going to be on the Astros here. Jeff, give me some thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things about this game that drove me off of taking the Astros straight up was Odorizzi. I'm not in love with him. But you talk about a guy that had a complete random year in his career, Marco Gonzalez. I mean, this guy was so – I mean, you talk about a guy that was terrible for most of his career. Then he just gets one good year, and it was this moment in the sun. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. Every trash can finds a steak once in a while. That was Marco Gonzalez last year. Not real worried about him this year. First of all, let's throw in the fact that the Astros absolutely destroy him. I mean, every player on this roster seemingly has a 330 or higher average against him. They crush him. I think they put some runs on the board tonight. At the end of the day, we have to remember, as usual, this is a very good lineup. They scored 5.5 runs per game last year. All I really need to do is get to your average this year, and we're going to win the game. I don't love Seattle's bullpen. I don't like Gonzalez, especially against the Astros. Give me the Stros team total over 4.5. I think they get 5. I just don't love Odorizzi. I'll just worry about the Astros lineup and focus on them versus Gonzo.
All right. See, Gonzo goes Gonzo again tonight. Base winner, what do you like?
I've got this priced about where it is in the market. I actually have Seattle as a slight favorite, minus 102. I'm not really that high in either pitcher, and in fact, I don't like Gonzalez at all. He's 138th out of 150 pitchers, so I like Odorizzi a little bit better if you compare the starting pitchers. I've got him 110th out of 150 pitchers. The bullpens, I don't agree with Jeff about Seattle's bullpen. I'm kind of high on their bullpen. I have them 6th overall in baseball. I've got the Astros bullpen 7th, so kind of a wash in the bullpen. I like the offense. I mean, we argued about this, the Seattle offense, and I like Seattle's offense. In this particular spot versus right-handed pitching, they're 7th at a 112, and Houston's a little bit better at 114. You get an edge with the home field advantage. I think it should be about a pick-em game. Yeah, I don't really like. I wouldn't play either one.
Okay. Well, lock myself and Jeff in for the Astros. We've got a pretty good price on this one too, with the Astros at minus 115.
I'm going team total.
Oh, you're going team total. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so go ahead and talk a little bit about that, Jeff.
No, I'm good. I think I'm good to go. I'm kind of deriving it from the same thought, but I just don't want to play Odorizzi. I want to focus on the Astros against Gonzalez. Right.
Okay. If you talk about the gas meter with the bus, can we put Marco Gonzalez on that same bus of the ham and egger that's going tonight for the Padres?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's interesting. He's able to suppress hard hit, but like that's one of the stats of all the stats that I use, or the 3 stats that I use in that 3-metric chart. That's probably the one that doesn't correlate. We look at swinging strike percentage converted to strikeout percentage. That's a real correlative stat. Expected walk percentage is not as much as strikeout percentage, but along the same lines. And hard hit per 9 is one that kind of varies, but that's really kind of where he scored last year. So he's able to suppress hard hits. But whether that's going to continue or not, I mean, I don't know. But like, I'm with Jeff on this as far as like not playing Odorizzi. I mean, he's over the last 4 months in that 3-metric chart, he's 143rd out of 212 pitchers. So I think that's smart to kind of stay away from Odorizzi. You know, his recent performance has been a lot of odor and not a lot of easy. So I like the team total probably a little bit better than the side personally.
Hey, can I, TC, before we move on to the questions, can I go on a rant real quick?
Absolutely.
You know, I have had it with this goddamn lawn service out here. They have hours throughout the goddamn week, every week, to do this lawn service at any other time other than noon on a Friday. Do it on Tuesday at 3 p.m. or 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Do you need to do it right now when I'm trying to do a damn show here?
Yeah, especially you don't have lawn service in the afternoon. I mean, any good gardener knows you got to go in the AM. You got to go in the morning. Now, a lot of people don't like get woken up that early, Jeff. I know you're probably a late sleeper as well too. So they probably took that into account. They said, hey, you know, we don't want to get Nadu, get them all fired up here. So let's go. You know, he's probably walking around in his pajamas or half naked or something at 12:30 p.m. Over on the East Coast. I think that's what's going on. But what you need to do, man, is roll down that window or open that window or crack it and go off on a little bit. If you need some help, I'm backing you up. Yeah, lawn service morning only.
But I never
on Friday too.
But I never. Usually they do it on the same day, and they've done it on the same day. Now it's on these different days. And like they've come and done a little, and then they leave, and they come back and do a little and leave. I don't get it. I have to figure out what they're doing.
I do got some advice for you, my friend, if you don't mind. And I know BaseWinner will back me on this as well too. Get out of Philly. Come to the desert. We have desert landscaping here, my friend. We have rocks. We have rocks and palm trees. You don't need to water that stuff. You don't need to cut anything. We got rocks. I don't know about you, BaseWinner. That's what I got. Desert landscaping. Oh, and the neighbors around me, they go with the AstroTurf. Remember that. That's a big thing out here, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I mean, that's just not for me. I don't think I could live like that. It's not so much the landscape. It's more of just the people are too laid back. I mean, get off the road and get out of the way. Move. I couldn't deal with that.
He's not a West Coast guy, Mark.
That's a true story, though. I can't even stand driving with my wife. She's just so aggressive on the road. I said, gosh, where do you have to be, really? But yeah, you touched a bad nerve with that landscaping service, Jeff. You asked what I had, TC, as far as landscape. I've got this gorgeous ironwood tree. It's full. It's like a 150-year-old tree in the backyard. So it was dripping some leaves and seeds and stuff into the pool. So I told the landscape guy, hey, can you trim that down a bit? And so this is on Wednesday. I get home and look at the guy butchered the whole damn tree. It's going to take freaking 10 years for it to grow back to where it needs to grow back. So it's good help is hard to find. That's all I got to say.
There is one more option, Jeff. You fire the landscaper guy and you do it yourself. Yeah, a little manual labor wouldn't hurt you, my friend.
Well, let me explain what the situation here is. I live in a building. I live in a complex. I live in a condo apartment, and they do it for you. So I shouldn't complain. I mean, it is what it is. But no, the one reason I couldn't live on the West Coast, and this is a true story, the food is terrible.
That's wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong about
it. Especially here in my town.
I've been all over the world, Jeff, and I would put some of the Scottsdale's restaurants up against any restaurant internationally. There is great food out here. So, but when you come out for spring training, I'll take you to some great restaurants, and I will change your mind, my man.
Well, maybe you will. I gotta see.
And come on, in Vegas, Jeff. I mean, come on. There's no question.
Yeah, but there's no good pizza there. There's no good nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I have to come out sometime.
There are some great spots in Philly, though. I will give you that. There are some great old restaurants there. So you're with Philly's got some great food. There's no question. But you can't disparage Vegas and even Scottsdale for that matter as well too. I think actually we've got three very good home cities here when it comes to food here. So I'll say that. So let's leave it at that.